Welcome to another insightful journey with Man of Thoughts, your trusted guide to the intricacies of human psychology. We delve into the labyrinth of the human mind, unraveling its complexities and shedding light on its deepest secrets. Our exploration is not just an academic pursuit, but a practical one aimed at understanding ourselves and others better, thus enriching our social interactions and personal relationships. Today, we're venturing into a particularly intriguing area: the art of knowing when someone is secretly observing you. It's a fascinating topic, not just for its mystery, but for its significance to personal security and social dynamics. Understanding these subtle cues can help us navigate social situations with greater awareness and confidence. It can help us detect potential danger, avoid manipulation, or even understand unspoken interest. So, are you ready to delve into the subtle cues that might reveal if someone is secretly observing you? Let's get started. First off, one of the most common signs, unusual eye contact. Now, what do we mean by unusual? When we say usual eye contact, we're referring to the normal, socially accepted pattern of looking someone in the eye while talking and occasionally breaking away. It's natural, comfortable, and part of our everyday communication. However, unusual eye contact can manifest in a couple of ways. Someone who's secretly observing you might maintain eye contact for longer than what's generally considered comfortable. It can feel intense, almost as if they're trying to see beyond the surface. On the flip side, they may avoid eye contact altogether. This avoidance might seem like they're uninterested, but it's actually a sign that they're paying more attention than you might think. They're observing, calculating, and processing information about you. So keep an eye out for these unusual patterns. Remember, it's not just about eye contact, but the nature and context of it. Next up, we have physiological reactions. Now, the human body is a fascinating thing. It often gives away what we're trying to hide, especially when we're secretly observing someone. You see, our bodies respond to our emotions in ways that we can't always control. These involuntary reactions can tell a lot about what's going on inside our heads. Take the heart, for example. When we're excited or anxious, our hearts tend to race. This can happen when someone is secretly watching you. They may also start to sweat, another telltale sign of anxiety. It's the body's way of handling stress, you see. And then there's the voice. Ever noticed how people's voices tend to change when they're nervous or excited? They may start to speak faster, their voice may quiver, or their pitch may rise. So the next time you sense someone's heart racing or voice trembling, it could be more than just nerves. Moving on, let's talk about changes in behavior. It's a fascinating facet of human psychology that people often adjust their actions when they are covertly observing someone. This might be because they are trying to blend in, or perhaps they're subconsciously trying to draw your attention. For instance, they might become more attentive to what you're saying or doing. Their focus on you might increase, and they could start to echo your actions or words. This is a psychological phenomenon known as mirroring. And it often happens when someone is invested in you, consciously or not. Alternatively, they might become more protective or nervous around you. If they're watching you secretly, they could be on edge, worried that their secret will be discovered. This might manifest as an increased concern for your safety or well-being, or as an unusual level of anxiety or restlessness. So keep an eye out for sudden shifts in behavior. They might be trying to tell you something. Now let's delve into the silent language of the body. It's a fascinating world where unspoken signals often reveal more than words ever could. You see, when someone is secretly observing you, their body language can give them away. Pay attention to the direction of their body or feet. If they're consistently turned towards you, even when they're involved in other activities, it could be a sign. Also, notice any unconscious touches to their face or neck. These are often stress relievers and can indicate that someone is focused on you. And then there's the phenomenon of mirroring. This is when a person subconsciously mimics your movements or posture. It's a powerful indicator of interest and attention, so keep an eye on these subtle yet telling signs. They might just reveal who's been secretly observing you. Remember, bodies often speak louder than words. Lastly, we have two interconnected signs: frequent appearances and increased interest. These two phenomena often go hand in hand and can provide strong indicators of someone's secret attention towards you. When someone is secretly observing you, they might find ways to be in your vicinity more often. It may seem like a series of coincidences at first, You might start seeing them at your favorite coffee shop, on your daily commute, or even at social events you attend. But remember, the world isn't as small as it sometimes seems. If these chance encounters start becoming a regular occurrence, it might not be mere coincidence. This brings us to the next sign: increased interest. If someone is secretly watching you, they may show an enhanced interest in your activities or conversations. They might ask about your day, your hobbies, or your weekend plans more often than usual. They may also show a curious interest in your opinions on various topics. It's important to note that this isn't about casual curiosity or friendly interest. We're talking about a level of interest that feels intense, out of the ordinary. They might remember small details you mentioned weeks ago or bring up topics you've shown interest in. It's as if they're cataloging your likes, dislikes, habits, and preferences. These signs, frequent appearances, and increased interest often intertwine. After all, the more they're around you, the more they learn about you, which fuels their interest. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that can be hard to spot if you're not paying attention. However, take these signs with a grain of caution. Not every frequent appearance or increased interest indicates secret observation. It could be a sign of genuine friendship or even romantic interest. The key is to look for patterns and intensity. So if someone seems to be around a lot more than usual and showing keen interest in your life, it might be time to consider why. To wrap up, let's quickly revisit the signs we've discussed. First off, unusual eye contact. It can be a fleeting glance or a prolonged stare, but when someone's eyes are constantly finding yours, it's a clear indication they're secretly looking at you. Next, physiological reactions. Unconscious responses like blushing, sweating, or even a change in their voice can be a giveaway. Thirdly, changes in behavior. Sudden shifts in their actions around you could be a sign they're keeping an eye on you. Then we discussed body language. Crossed arms, fidgeting, or even mirroring your movements can all hint at someone's hidden observation. Finally, frequent appearances and increased interest. If they're always popping up where you are or showing a heightened interest in your life, it's a strong indication you're being watched. With these insights, you're now better equipped to understand if someone is secretly observing you. Until next time, this is Man of Thoughts, your guide to the fascinating world of human psychology.